Well, I'm John Rickland. This is
The Terminator.
Hello, AEW Thunder. How are you doing? This is how you're going to end the last AEW episode of the year. By the way, because it's Christmas next weekend, they're smartly not running on Christmas.
Yes.
Because it's not the 80s anymore, and they don't want to run shows on Christmas. Or it's not WWE recently. Anyway, this show had its issues. It had some good stuff. It also had its issues.
A few.
But they're in Corpus Christi. Or Krampus Christi for...
Krampus Christi.
It was Krampus. I thought it was pronounced Krampus. No, I mean, I'm actually curious. I mean, how is it actually pronounced?
All I know is Krampus.
It's spelled Krampus, not Kro.
Did you ever see that movie?
Krampus.
You ever actually see that movie?
I'll kick you in your Krampus.
The tea and the crumpets. This is how much I cared about the show, mostly, by the way.
That's usually his general mood for wrestling shows.
No. I care about some things. Hey, at least there was no terrible commentary like there was on Dark.
Yeah.
It was JR who sounds like he's half asleep, or acts like he's half asleep, but JR, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone on commentary. Cold open because we literally have the people in the ring. Not a lot of entrances for this show.
Yeah, they definitely had to get the show on the road. TNT was pretty keen on freaking running those picture-in-picture ads constantly.
It was a way to hook the audience. We start with the Lucha Bros versus Adam Page, or...
The Hangman.
Yeah, as JR said. He said it several times during the match. And Kenny Omega, Referee Aubrey. Cool, we get the whole Sierra Miedo and Cowboy shit chants.
Yep.
We get a lot of glove tossing, which the crowd says, holy shit.
All one of them.
Yeah, but we get glove tossing and the crowd says, holy shit. It's Corpus Christi. I can't imagine a lot of shit happens out there. I mean, I don't know, but...
I think Pentagon might need to cut back on this Sierra Miedo. It's becoming...
Yeah.
It's a little stale.
He did it too much.
Yes.
It's not stale if he does it once or twice during a match. It's stale that he did what, like a bunch? He did at least 3 or 4.
If you're doing something more than 8 times to pop a crowd, maybe you should try something else.
Hello, Kenny.
I know it pops in the crowd each time, but you won't.
It popped it less and less, though. And, of course, you have Kenny Omega. Those aren't spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers. One of my favorite movies, or favorite comedies, actually. Tentagon Jr. is what JR said at one point.
Yes.
JR, for God's sakes, would you either learn the names or just give the money back and go home? Seriously.
Or just work on the production truck.
Or go home. I mean, production truck's actually very... He does know wrestling. It's just maybe commentary isn't his thing. Oh, we got more. Yeah, we got... Hasn't been his thing since 2009. We got some flippy shit. Hangman just doing dives. Effortless dives. Some really good stuff.
Yes.
Omega ends up taking the pin after an inadvertent buckshot lariat. And then the Penta package. Yes, the Kenta package with the Phoenix stomps. And there we go. So we're getting more of the tension between Omega and Page, and they get into a shoving war, and then suddenly that damn bastard interrupts. Pac.
At a very weird moment. Like, as Kenny Omega and Hangman were coming to blows, as they just started, then that interruption by Pac, I feel it was pretty ill-timed. You could have let the conflict go on for a little bit. Hangman leaves, and as Hangman leaves, Pac comes up.
And not just that, but they hung on the camera for like 10 seconds before they told Pac that he was on. Which wasn't a great idea. And I know live TV can't be easy to do, but still. Okay, but then he says, well, Kenny, this should get your attention. And he goes to attack Michael Nakazawa. They had to tell us who it was because I already forgot about the guy. They didn't show footage of him beating him up. Thank you, TNT, for depriving me of this. Because if you're going to have Pac be a bastard, show him beating people up.
Yes.
And then the Lucha Bros, while this commercial's going on, the Lucha Bros attack Omega and Page stops him. Cool. Okay.
Alrighty.
The Lucha Bros win the match and are like, we didn't beat the shit out of Kenny Omega.
It's going to be leading to a trios match. It's going to be Pac,
Bros.
Pac and Pac Bros, Pac-Men, versus Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Michael Nakazawa.
Oh, good. The one loser that can take the pin. He deserves the spot that he's in, but the spot...
What has he had, all 3 matches?
Have any of them been good? I mean, they haven't been... Look, he unfortunately got put in a bad spot having to carry that stupid gaming fuck to, in a hardcore match. That's where I felt bad about the guy.
Sure.
You're right.
Just...
I don't
quite get your unbridled hatred for, many of the people in AEW.
They need to work better on...
You react to them like you react to Luger.
I don't want them to die. I want Luger to die. Moving on. We get the Butcher, the Blade with the bunny.
Yep.
And the best use of Alley was out there and getting angry at people and throwing bunny ears and doing this kind of stuff. Versus Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes.
Yes. Darby Allin angrily skateboarding down the ramp.
And somebody hit me in the head because, boy, I'm seeing some stars. Darby and Cody. I don't give a fucking shit about the Butcher and the Blade. I'm sorry. I don't.
I'll respect the stash, but you gotta bring more pizzazz.
And the problem is see, you can explain this stuff all you want after the fact, but if you don't if you don't bring in people, when they brought them in, they brought them in oh, it's the Butcher and the Blade. JR didn't know who the fuck they were. The live crowd didn't know who the fuck they were. And apparently the live crowd here didn't give a fuck about him, and they could be
It's almost as if you should start doing vignettes from them.
Yeah, and just something, anything. Vignettes for good people. Don't worry. I'll get to vignettes for bad people here soon. The match was fine. The match was okay. I care about
Would you have taken Butcher and Blade a little differently had they had a vignette beforehand hyping who they are?
I would have had it where if they had debuted attacking Cody and then they had cut to an interview, done something.
Yes.
Hey, this is why, this is who we are, this kind of stuff. Great. Yes, they had MJF say he paid them off to bring them in.
Yeah.
Great. They haven't referenced that since. The booking, the storyline stuff, look, presenting stuff with entertainment while you have a sports theme is fine. If you don't explain that stuff, it's not good.
Right. I know that the usual thing in movies is show, don't tell, but sometimes you need to tell before you show when it comes to sports entertainment.
Yeah. Emphasis on the massive taint. We get some okay action. We get a coffin drop hitting, I believe it was Darby to the Butcher.
I believe so.
And then the Blade got pinned after
with
a cutter.
Crossroads.
No, he got pinned with a cutter off the ropes. He actually got hit with the Butcher got hit with the cutter at one point. But anyway, cutter, hit for the Blade, 1, 2, 3. We then get a Jungle Boy training thing. The mask made him seem like Jungle Bane. That's really what it seemed like.
Oh, what do you think of this 10 minutes? It'll be very painful for me.
And then we get a Brandy promo. Why? Why are we giving Brandy more TV time?
Because she's an active part of a storyline.
Okay, fair, but she's not, in my opinion, she is not an active part of a good storyline. This is a vanity project. Plain and simple. I don't think it's getting anybody over. A lot of people don't care for it. Even people that are hardcore AEW fans don't seem to care for it. I mean...
I don't really care for it, but,
Well, I mean, what...
I don't think it's a vanity project, but...
Well, that's fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being cynical
It sucks
for once.
to say, but Brandy is one of the better talkers in AEW because they don't have a lot of talkers in AEW.
I'm just going to say right now, Brandy Rhodes is one of the best talkers in AEW. This company is fucking doomed.
Yeah.
So,
in the women's division.
Yeah, the women's division is fucking doomed. Why was there a bald guy being kissed on the head? What, why? Who is...
He's part of the Nightmare Collective.
Yeah.
You've been paying attention.
Is Brandy on screen? Then I don't want to pay attention. No, who do you think the bald guy is? Honestly, who do you think it could be?
Someone had already pointed out who it is. I don't remember. It's some dude from the indie scene or something. I
mean, hey, cool.
I can't remember who he is.
Actually, I'm kind of curious now. Maybe let me know in the comments who that could be, because Derb apparently found this out.
It was Cultaholics had reported on it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant a fan tweeted.
No.
What did you think of that?
I'm sorry, what?
Her kissing the guy on the head, rubbing the guy's bald head, and talking about the Nightmare Collective.
It's giving it, surprise, surprise, a bit of a cultish vibe. She's manipulating them emotionally. She's trying to be, and I'm not trying to make a CM Punk joke here, but a cult of personality, which is the kind of term where your personality, everyone kind of links themselves around.
I get it.
This can be used to help build some people up and make a new face when someone breaks free of it.
They want to break free. Speaking of the Nightmare Collective, we get Awesome Kong. There are 8 million ways to die, and Brandy's promos are one of them. Versus a jobber. I believe I called her Discount Kira Hogan, and I like Kira Hogan. I actually didn't catch the woman's name.
And she's dead.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not knocking the woman. Tell me in the comments who she is, but yeah, she lost. And my notes here. I hate the Nightmare Collective. But it's not the end of that, by the way. They've advanced more of the story. We then get Jericho versus... We get a little Jungle Jack Perry interview, as JR says. We know he's Luke Perry's son, you stupid hick son of a bitch.
To be fair,
Yes.
if Jungle Boy wishes to stop being Jungle Boy, Jungle Jack Perry is a great name for a wrestler.
No, that's
It's
fair.
a real throwback name.
Yeah.
With someone like JR announcing it,
Kinda is.
that would be good, and he can use it longer. Like, who would use something that would make them sound so young for so long? I
would need to be given a buck to figure this out.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, though. Actually, now that you put it that way, I'm actually on board with it. We then get Jericho with Hager and Sammy versus Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus also there.
Yes.
And
Marco Stunt.
Like I said, Luchasaurus also there. There is one spot that Hager did that I'm going to point out here.
Uh-huh.
Jericho used flashcards during the break. Like, people say they can't hear us during the picture-in-picture, but then they cut away
because
from
the network thinks that we're stupid. As soon as they put that up, it cuts to full version.
Which was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good stuff. Jungle Boy starts off hot, hitting some moves. Jericho grinds him down and everything. Not like that. Jericho needs to hit the gym and not the gin. Sweet Christ, Jericho.
Yeah.
That back brace.
Stop drinking it in, man!
Stop sitting still in that distillery is all I'm saying. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something else. But at one point, Marco Stunt tries to jump up as a big brawl's happening and everything, and you got Luchasaurus and you got Hager. Of course, Hager at one point clocks Marco Stunt. Of course, the Trump supporter would pick on the child. So, we have that happening. So, yeah, everybody gets kicked out.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yep.
The best use of Marco was being, strung like a sack of potatoes there. Because that's pretty much what he's been in most matches. And then we get Jungle Boy diving after Jericho, grinds him down a little more and everything. And then Jungle Boy's almost coming back and then the Lion Tamer. And he doesn't tap out, and it's a 10-minute challenge. He doesn't tap out. The crowd starts counting, and he just holds on. And then Jericho says 5 more minutes. And then Jungle Boy almost beats him a couple times, and then Jericho leaves. What did you think of this?
Well, I thought it was a pretty great match. It really exemplified why people love Jungle Boy. Really believed in him when he was stressing at that last minute. We all thought he was gonna tap in the last minute or something like that.
Last few seconds.
Yeah, it was building up like he couldn't handle it, but no, he held out. He got his first win.
I mean, technically,
singles win.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, wait, yeah, no, you're right. Actually, you're right.
Yeah. He was 0-6.
And what's right about this is it was a throwback to Dustin and Ted DiBiase in November of 1990, November or December. It was good stuff.
But yeah, it was a great way to build up Jungle Boy. Jericho got frustrated. He wanted another 5 minutes, and then Jungle Boy just kind of wrecked his shit for a quick moment, and Jericho's like, "Nope, I'm gonna grab my belt. I'm going home."
And then Shivani interviews Chris Jericho, where Jericho says, "Well, he couldn't beat me or whatever." And Shivani says, "Actually, you said that he couldn't last 10 minutes with you. Yes, you did." Or it's like, "No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did." Just two old men having comedy. I bet that Shivani is in better cardio shape than Jericho. I'm sorry, just Jericho. Jericho looks horrendous. He's been doing great character work, but just Christ, you're world champion. You're world champion. All right.
Yeah.
Your world champion should not look like they just, are a tribute act for a rock band. Oh, he is. Bit harsh?
I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
Waka waka. Jericho at one point says the inner circle was in the inner sanctum.
Yes.
And
in the mansion, which he described as a big house. So they were in the big house. That's a prison.
20 miles from the Mexican border, by the way, is what he was probably saying. No.
Prison's just mansions for the poor.
Shut up, Jaden.
Oh, God, God.
I'm sure he would say something like that.
He would. He talks about Moxley joining the inner circle.
Yes.
And then we get
Moxley still hasn't said anything.
He hasn't. I mean, he's too busy with Renee, I'm guessing. And going to Wrestle Kingdom. I'm going to have predictions of that up sometime after Christmas, by the way.
Yeah.
So, we get Lucha Bros and SCU talking, and, Pentagon has his phone showing Daniels doing the moonsault botch, which I'm glad Daniels is okay, because that looked really bad. And then he's like, well, wait, Daniels, show him what you can do. But Daniels gets frustrated and leaves. Now, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't know what the frustration was about, because he's still really good.
Yes.
I also think the botch was a bit intentional. Maybe they're playing it up.
They're most likely playing it off as, it's a botch, it happened, but admitting that shit like that happens can be a stronger point than, oh no! Our superstars are perfect.
I'm now just picturing Fozzie calling, or Yoda calling wrestling. Speaking of which, we're going to be watching.
Tap or do not. There is no try.
Him ask. Anyway, so we're going to be watching Rise of the Skywalker tomorrow. You're going to be watching, and I'm going to be watching with a couple friends. So it's going to be fun.
I'm going to be watching with my lady friend. And,
right.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I will be doing a review. I do want to mention really quickly before we go on, you are going to be busy this weekend. I am going to be reviewing SmackDown myself.
Yes.
All right. Back to the review. Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker, #1 contenders match. Well, I mean, it was fine. It was weird because Statlander got the victory. Now, I'm not against it.
But it's really weird that The Rock is getting strapped on her after all of 2 matches.
Strapped on.
Get it out of your system.
I already did.
Alrighty.
So, actually a few more matches. You're talking like a few singles matches.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't mind it because she's going to lose to Riho. I mean, of course she is. Riho hasn't been seen on TV in about 5,000 years, so
a long time ago, and there she is.
Yeah, I know. She was there at ringside. And then, of course, we get Shivani interviewing Chris Statlander, and she boops him. She boops the snoot.
Yes.
And then Brandy...
Which is her way of communicating her approval of someone.
She's a fucking alien. Look, sports-based entertainment! Apparently it's something she did on the internet.
Entertainment-based sports!
Whatever. If everybody's on board with it, what. Brandy then interrupts because apparently we haven't had enough fucking Brandy Rhodes on this goddamn program, but she interrupts and join the group, join the Nightmare Collective. Nope. She
goes to do the thing where she goes to boop the snoot and then she goes, nope.
She refuses.
No, not in my house.
Can't believe it, I love it. Then she then is distracted by Awesome Kong and Melissa Cruz.
Yeah.
And then she gets a heel to the eye from Brandy, which is still objectively less painful than listening to Brandy talk. I'm sorry, she sucks. What do you think of this? I'm not angry.
Right.
Would you come back in the frame for God's sakes? You alright? I wasn't gonna get that angry. What do you think of this?
Yeah, it was alright.
I was shocked Statlander won.
Yeah, it is a weird decision, especially over Britt Baker.
Who they're position? I'm not saying Britt's great, but the way they keep positioning Britt, who may be a dentist, we're not sure.
Yeah, if only they would reference it once in every minute of every day.
Right. Tully Blanchard, Sean Spears are talking about scouting tag partners, apparently. We then get the Young Bucks versus SCU in a tag title match and a bunch of flippy shit and some switchy momentum and stuff like that. And the Balding Buck, who's going to look like members of SCU pretty soon.
Yep.
good. There's some good stuff to it. The
Tim
SCU
and Daniels in a hair versus hair match.
Daniels wins somehow. No, we get the SCU later for 3. We then get the worst ending that AEW has had to one of their programs. Because the lights go out. Suddenly the creepers are there. The lights go out. And then we get Evil Uno, thank God, in a suit. And Grayson? Is that his name? Stu Grayson?
Yeah.
Stu, don't call me Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
And that...
Gray Dixon.
That... Hopefully not. That sounds like some medication is needed. Alex Reynolds and John Silver, that jobber team that unfortunately had to be pinned by Marco Stunt because we can't have nice things, are part of the Creepers. Can you tell I don't like Marco Stunt? Which one was it? Which is the one with the longer hair? Alex Reynolds?
I have no idea.
He was the one that was in the... He was the one that was in the hotel last week. Wait, did I watch I watched Dynamite last week.
Yeah.
So, we got a brawl. We get Dustin and Cody and Omega? Omega came out there.
Yes.
They're trying to smash the Dark Order. Oh.
Dark Order, they're doing better with them than they were before, to be perfectly honest.
Right.
But, there are some people where first impressions are literally the only thing that matter.
I can't help but feel that was aimed at me.
You won't be able to change their minds about it. But I do like the fact that they're trying something new with them other than lights off, lights on. Now they're doing more. They're recruiting. They're bringing in that cult vibe. The only difficulty with that is that you've got too many factions right now with a roster that small. So
I feel attacked.
You should.
They do have too many factions, though. You are correct. Yeah. There's too many dark factions. Too much dark here. That sounded racist. So too much darkness and
darkness on your couch. Oh yeah, you didn't watch this full show much, did you?
Oh god. Now I remember. Oh yeah, right. And then the whole thing about the 50 sitcom.
Anyway.
And the title I'm not going to mention. So look, I'm sorry. If you're going to put the Dark Order on there, why don't you just bludgeon me over the head with a lead pipe? I agree.
We don't have any brothers to handle that.
That going back to the Dark Order part. Anyway, so this
bludgeon.
I get. Oh right. I thought we were going literally to the Dark part.
Yeah.
Look, I will say this. I agree with what you're saying. It's not first impressions. They had months to make me care about the Dark Order, and they failed. And no. I don't know which is worse. The Nightmare... You know what? The Nightmare Collective's worse. C. I'm sorry. C.
It wasn't that bad. But I'm in agreement there. Probably C for me on there. But there's a poll. Right back here, somewhere around
his elbow is
in this
popping,
general direction. Let us know what you thought of the show. Leave a comment down below. Hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell.
Please hit the bell. We're gonna have a lot of content coming up.
Thank you for over 1,700 views on our NWA review.
Thank you, by the way, and thank you for the fact we're approaching 100,000 views for this year alone.
Now, if only we can get 100,000 subscribers, that'd be nice.
Also high pressure.
Let me help you out with something. We get 100,000 subscribers, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, if we get 1,000 subscribers, I'd be happy with that.
Closing in on 80. We will be doing an end-of-year game stream, though, around December 29th, on December 29th. So, yeah, get ready for that.
Belts.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm John Rithlin. This is...
The Durbinator.
And in all seriousness, guys, I'll have other reviews, but hey, have a good Christmas.
Yeah. Have a Merry Christmas, Hanukkah.